Hello everybody, today in this video we are going to talk about 5 myths about sleep disc. As all of you know about sleep disc, so how is it going to happen, and some of the myths that you heard about it, whether is it correct or actually it's just a myth. So let's discuss it today. So the first myth is disc can easily slip out of the place. Actually, the disc is served as a cushion between the vertebrae, means the spinal cord, and it's firmly attached to the two strong ligaments. So the disc is actually herniated rather than slip away because of the degeneration or any trauma to the structure of the disc. So the disc structure is actually inside is a jelly type of the gel, and surrounded by the ring. We call it annular ring. So once there's a degeneration or the trauma to the spinal cord, it may cause the deformation of the ring. So the disc inside the jelly type of the disc will herniate out. So actually the disc doesn't slip, but it's just herniation. The second myth is the diagnosis of the disc herniation is a big trouble. So some people will relate it to if the MRI scan shows there's a lot of herniation, it will cause a very severe pain. But actually, clinically, we need to look into the pain. So clinical examination is still very important to diagnose what is the main problem. So some of the severe disc herniation actually do not cause severe pain, and the symptoms have to rely on the clinical examination. So in this picture, we can see that there's 4 stages of disc herniation. The first one is degeneration, means there's a disc herniated out and cause some of the rings, inner rings that's a bit deformed. This prolapse is that there's a more disc jutting out and causing the deformation of the ring, annular ring. So you can see that there's some jutting out and maybe cause there's a pressing of the nerve root. And extrusion is the third stages of the disc herniation. Once the gel jutting out and cause the ring tearing and pressing on the nerve root, then it will be causing more compression of the nerve root itself. And sequestration is the disc structure is actually jutting out more than the extrusion, and the ring is actually more deformed compared to the third stages. So these are the 4 stages of the disc herniation, and it can be seen in the under an MRI only. And we still need to go through the clinical examination to test on how is your range of how's your movement, and also how's your symptoms like. For example, any pain down to your hand or down to your legs, to see what is the main cause, what is the main source of the problem. The third myth is a lot of people will thought of if there's a sleep disc, surgery is the only solution. So actually, when there's a symptoms coming already, early conservative treatment is useful to manage the symptoms. And if the symptoms is affecting like weakness of the limbs, legs or hand, and causing walking difficulties and also incontinence, orthopaedic surgeon or doctor will advise surgery accordingly. So they will go through all your clinical examination and also your scan to determine whether there's a need of surgery. The fourth myth is a lot of people will thought of rest is the best medicine for back pain. Yeah, it's important for acute back pain, means the first 2 to 3 days rest and pain management may help. But when the pain is cutting down, reducing, and there's only minimal pain, some simple stretching and also functional activities like generally a bit of standing up and also squatting are advisable. Because a lot of people think that when there's a back pain, should lying down. Actually, some simple stretching exercise or some therapeutic exercise will help to alleviate the pain and also prevent the back pain reoccur, because therapeutic exercise means that we need to use those exercises to strengthen up our core muscles and strengthen up some of the important muscles that help to support our back better. So please seek for medical advice and physiotherapist treatment when it is just an early stage. Number 5 myth is bending back will worsen the disc prolapse. So a lot of people will think that once I got disc prolapse, cannot bend forward or cannot bend too much of our spine and need to remain the spine to be straight. So actually these prolapse can be presented in different symptoms. So a lot of back pain clients may have either bending forward a problem or straightening the back having some problem. So we still need to rely on how's the symptoms like, and also what are the position that's worsening the symptoms, and we need to treat the main cause and regain the movement that you are having the problem. So we still need to re-educate our muscles and re-educate our joint to get into the positions, and also trying to use some manual therapy to correct the movement of the spine. Okay, so there are some tips to prevent slip disc. So the first one is actually we need to manage our weights to actually help with our body weight distribution. So weight management is one of the good thing to prevent slip disc. Okay, second is good posture. So for those that's always have prolonged sitting or prolonged standing, we need to make sure that we have to change our positions from time to time so that we can even out the pressure at our spine or at our disc. And we need to make sure that we exercise correctly. So what are the exercise that's helpful for your condition, or what are the exercise that's able to prevent the disc to be having more pressure at certain level? So these you can consult a physiotherapist. Another thing for those that need to carry heavy objects such as heavy loads or babies, we need to make sure that we use a better body mechanism to help with our lifting. So like for example, bending knees when you lifting heavy things, or you need to engage your core when you lifting heavy stuff. Okay, so the 5th tips is treat it before it getting worse. It is very important. When there's just a mild symptoms, it's easier to target and easier to treat and take a shorter time to recover. But when the symptoms is getting more and more and getting more numbness, then you need to take a longer time to actually recover. So please consult doctors or a physiotherapist for your conditions. So see you at the next video.